Hi, I'm Bob Brier, and I'm just back from the 8th World Mummy Congress in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. Every 2 or 3 years, those of us who do research in mummies get together to talk about our research. We're looking to get ideas from each other and plan future projects. Now, what I thought would be interesting is to tell you one of the highlights of the conference. But in order to do that, let me go back to the previous conference, which was held in San Diego 3 years ago. At this conference, a group of cardiologists and radiologists, people who do CAT scans and x-rays, got together and formed a team and went to Egypt to CAT scan the mummies of ancient Egyptians. Now, what they were looking for specifically was heart disease. Everybody knows that heart disease is a modern problem, and we think it's because of stress in our daily lives and our high-fat diets. And this team was wondering, was heart disease prevalent in ancient Egypt? So they CAT scanned mummies, the radiologist did that, and then the cardiologist looked at the CAT scans, looked at the arteries of the ancient Egyptians, and discovered arteriosclerosis, heart disease. The arteries of ancient Egyptians were clogged with plaque calcifications, just like modern man. Now, it was a curious finding, and it was trumpeted all over newspapers, scientific journals, that ancient man had heart disease also. It was a rather new finding and unsuspected. Now, in Rio, this same team presented a new finding. They went to Peru this time, and Peru has mummies. They're called bundle mummies because the Peruvians, when the person died, they would wrap them in all kinds of textiles. There'd be huge bundles, really big bundles, and they'd bury them in the desert sand, so like the Egyptian mummies, they were preserved also. The team CAT scanned the Peruvian mummies, looked for arteriosclerosis, looked for the calcifications, and sure enough, it was there too. Ancient Peruvians also suffered from heart disease. Now, when I was at this conference, I was wondering, why is it? Why are these ancient people suffering from heart disease? I mean, they don't go to, the various fast food places that we do. What's going on? And my idea for a new research project, and that's what I thought I'd tell you about, is is the diet of the ancient Egyptians, is the food that the Peruvians eating causing them to have heart disease? So what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to go to museums around the country in America that have Egyptian mummies. Repeat this other team's findings, CAT scan the mummies, look for arteriosclerosis, but in addition, I'm going to be permitted in America to take samples from the mummies. I can take hair and some tissue samples, like a little bit of the skin. Then we can analyze the hair and skin and see what they were eating. I mean, it is true, you are what you eat. If you are eating mainly a protein diet, your hair will show it. If you're mainly a bread eater and you're eating carbohydrates, you're eating corns and wheats and things like that, it'll show it. And what I'd like to see is there a correlation between the diet of, say, the ancient Egyptians and the Peruvians and their heart disease? So I'm hoping at the next Mummy Congress in Lima, Peru, in 3 years, I'll be presenting research that shows exactly why ancient man suffered from heart disease. So that's what I just thought I'd fill you in on from the last conference.